Some commonly used terms not understood in the balance sheet. Goodwill. Where does goodwill come from? Can goodwill be bought? Goodwill is appearing in the balance sheet only because the company has done some acquisition, some consolidation, some merger, wherein the company has paid an amount to the outgoing person or for that consolidation or for that merger or for that acquisition, an amount which is higher than the fair value or the higher than the net asset as it is acquired. For example, if the net assets of the company which is being acquired is 100, whereas the company which is acquiring the company pays 120 for that, then the excess 20 over and above net assets is the goodwill. Goodwill is a non-cash item because it represents excess payment on acquisition, and therefore accounting standards in India mandate goodwill to be written off or tested yearly for impairment or write-off, because that asset may or may not exist. Lease obligation can broadly be categorized into finance lease and operating lease. Operating lease is what we understand plain vanilla as a rental model. Finance lease is something which means that it is more in the nature of ownership. Any long-term leases, for example, Industrial Development Corporation of the particular state has given land on a 19-year lease, is an effective ownership. To that extent, that is a finance lease. Deferred tax assets, deferred tax liabilities. The difference between the profits computed for taxation purposes and the profits computed or reported in the books of accounts or in the audited statements, that gives rise to deferred tax assets and deferred tax liabilities. The differences can be on two counts: permanent differences and temporary differences. Permanent differences or temporary or timing differences is what leads to deferred tax assets or liabilities. Permanent differences do not lead to deferred tax assets or liabilities. Related party transaction, it is mandated that every company has to publish related party transaction and passed on notes to accounts. Related party transaction can be looked at from a perspective as to what is the need and the fairness and the pricing at which those transactions have been done. Arm's length have been maintained or not, or whether there is any sort of nepotism or of leakages in the company. Forex gains or losses can be realized or unrealized. If it is unrealized, it goes directly to the balance sheet. If it is realized, it goes to the P&L. Depreciation, is it a non-cash expense? Yes, it is a non-cash expense, but should it be considered always as not necessary and should be excluded from analysis? The answer is no. Depreciation represents the reduction or the diminution in the value of the assets of the company because of use, and therefore depreciation to that extent should always be considered as part of analysis. Higher profits is equal to higher business cash flows? The answer is not necessarily. Profits may be higher, but that profits may be sucked in by working capital because the company may have reported higher profits by pushing sales, and those sales may be supported by higher receivables and higher stocking. In which case, although the profits are higher, the cash flows may not be higher. So therefore, higher profit does not always represent higher business cash flows. Incremental working capital, we've already considered that in the earlier discussion. Sales growth. When you look at sales growth, always try and understand the segregation of the sales growth by way of volume growth and pricing growth or value growth. These are important indicators.